As the Jewish pilgrims made their way to the holy festivals in Jerusalem, they would sing the Psalms of Ascent, which are found in Psalm 120 to 134. Now, Dr. Eugene Peterson, he provides this insight. He says the picture of the Hebrews singing these 15 songs as they left their routines of discipleship and made their way from towns and villages, farms and city, as pilgrims up to Jerusalem, has become embedded in the Christian devotional imagination. It is our best background for understanding life as a faith journey. And that's what we're going to be doing. Over the next 7 weeks, we will be sampling a few of these Psalms of Ascent as we journey with Jesus from wherever we are to Jerusalem, and we fix our eyes on the holy mountain of God. So today we're going to begin with Psalm 121. This is the words of the Lord. I lift up my eyes to the mountains. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. He will not let your foot slip. He who watches over you will not slumber. Indeed, he who watches over Israel will neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord watches over you. The Lord is your shade at your right hand. The sun will not harm you by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord will keep you from all harm. He will watch over your life. The Lord will watch over your coming and going both now and forevermore. It felt like someone had thrown a rock and hit my calf muscle. I remember looking down on the football field where I was standing as the team I was coaching had just scored our first touchdown in our very first game to find that rock and then to figure out where had it come from. Of course, there was no rock. There was only a strained calf muscle. My doctor said it shredded like roast beef. Now, I needed help. I limped my way in shock to the bench where people looked very confused at this non-participant injury that I had. I needed help. I needed someone to help coach the team. I needed someone to get me ice. I needed someone to tell me what was wrong. And honestly, I didn't even know what all I needed. I just needed something. When something happens in our life, where do we look? As we go through and we take this journey through the Psalms, we find that we will look towards God for help. But this psalm asks a question. I lift my eyes to the mountain. Where does my help come from? The psalmist is looking for help. And what does he see? People who want to offer help, but truly can't help. This is the way Dr. Peterson explains it in our book that we're going to be using throughout the series, A Long Obedience in the Same Direction. Here are his words. During the time the psalm was written and sung, Palestine was overrun with popular pagan worship. Much of this religion was practiced on hilltops. Shrines were set up, groves of trees were planted, sacred prostitutes, both male and female, were provided. Persons were lured to the shrines to engage in acts of worship that would enhance the fertility of the land, that would make you feel good, that would protect you from evil. Now, they offered help, but they were of no help. The same is true today. I wonder if a modern psalmist was writing this today, maybe he would say that we asked AI, or we bought a self-help book, we read tarot cards, or tried to manifest our reality, but the truth is those will end in disappointment. Our hope is not in a thing or a method, but in a person, God himself. The psalm seems to promise that if we follow God, that he will protect us from any pain. I mean, verse 7 says it pretty explicitly. He will keep you from all harm. But we know that that's not true in one sense. We all know godly people who have sprained their ankle, lung cancer, or have experienced immense grief. Did they not love God, or did he not protect them? Again, Dr. Peterson has wisdom for us. He says the promise of the psalm, and both Hebrews and Christians have always read it in this way, is not that we shall never stub our toes, but that no injury, no illness, no accident, no distress will have evil power over us. That is, will be able to separate us from God's purpose in us. As it is said in another more well-known psalm, Psalm 23, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Following God is not a guarantee of an easy life, but a promise of a shared one with God who walks the mountains and the valleys with us. So as we go on this journey, we go with God through it all, and God cares about us, and he cares for the big things and the small things. We Christians believe that life is created and shaped by God, and that the life of faith is a daily exploration of the constant and countless ways in which God's grace are loved and experienced. Eugene Peterson says before closing essentially with this. Psalm 121, learned early and sung repeatedly in the walk with Christ, clearly defines the conditions under which we live out our discipleship, which in a word is God. As we prepare to discuss your reflections on this text and on who God is and how God is working, then I want to read Psalm 121 again to you. But this time we're going to utilize the Message translation, which Dr. Peterson, who wrote this book, also was the translator for. So let's give our attention to the reading of God's holy word. I look up to the mountains. Does my strength come from mountains? No. My strength comes from God, who made heaven, earth, and mountains. He won't let you stumble. Your guardian God won't fall asleep, not on your life. Israel's guardian will never doze or sleep. God's your guardian, right at your side, to protect you, shielding you from sunstroke, sheltering you from moonstroke. God guards you from every evil. He guards your very life. He guards you when you leave and when you return. He guards you now. He guards you always.